I'm suggesting that the United States start, or at least get somebody else to do it, some kind of investment grading, a comprehensive investment grade for countries. Now, the beauty of this is if you have an actual ranking, a grade, a website you can go to, a poll, something that's got substance, then you've got something that the president and politicians can refer to. And they can say, look, as long as China has an investment grade of F, and India has, I'm just hypothetically, I don't know if this is true, and India has an investment grade of, let's say, C minus, because they've got some corruption issues too. They got some things to work on. But where are you going to build your factory? In the F or the C minus? There's no question about it. You're always going to go for the C minus. It's way better than an F. So simply naming it, having a dependable, measurable grading system would be immensely powerful, especially if it put China in direct competition with India. China allegedly says they're going to, I felt like this was old news, but it got recycled today. There's something new about it. I don't know what it is. But China said they would ease foreign investments, ease the curbs on foreign investments. In other words, people who want to invest in China or move production there, they said they would get rid of some of the rules, such as forcing technology transfers, etc. Do you believe that? They have an unbroken record of violating every agreement we've ever had, including the WTO, basically everything. Why would we believe China on anything? Now, there's something I've said before, but I've got a little more information on it, and I'm going to suggest it again. I'm going to combine two concepts. Remember I told you the other day that the most important thing you will ever know about management, you don't have to get an MBA, you don't have to be an experienced manager to know one of the most important things about management. It's easy, and it's this. The things you measure are the only things you'll manage to. If you can't measure whether the things you're doing are working or not, there's almost no chance you're even going to work on it, because you don't even know if the things you do are working. Now, there could be exceptions to that, but as a good general rule, if you don't have a measurement, nothing's going to happen. The things you can measure are the things that get acted upon. That's the basic rule of management, and if you violate that, you can't even be a manager. I mean, that's so basic, you couldn't possibly do your job if you're not measuring your performance in a variety of ways. But with this trade deal stuff, we have some things that I suppose if they cheated, we could say, you cheated. But is that a measurement? We could say you made an agreement, but you didn't keep it. But that's not really a measurement, right? That's a little different. So they seem to be willing to break any agreement right in front of you. And I would recommend the following. I've said this before, and then I did some Googling to see if it already existed, because I'm the king of making suggestions that have already been done. So I may be doing that again. What I was looking for is some kind of a country grade or ranking, a ranking by country for how whether they are investment grade. Meaning, does the country have a set of rules and laws and practices that are good for business or bad for business? Now, there are a number, so I Googled this, and I didn't have too much time. I was doing it just before I went live. So there are a number of different websites that have a variety of different approaches to ranking countries, according to their worthiness, basic worthiness. But I noticed that they were all kind of specific. There were some that dealt with just certain elements of being easy to work with, and some that dealt with other elements. And I felt that they were sort of diverse and maybe diluted. They didn't have much impact because you don't even know they existed. I mean, I had to Google it to even find out if it existed. So here's what I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting that the United States start, or at least get somebody else to do it, some kind of investment grading, a comprehensive investment grade for countries. I would expect that the United States, and, maybe Switzerland or something, would have better scores for reliability and keeping your promises and all that, and that China would be low. But here's the magic part. So one part of the magic is that if you have a very public standard and it's a measurement, and you can actually raise your score or lower your score by your actions, that's very powerful. You don't even have to tell China that they need to conform. You don't have to force them to do anything. You just keep publishing the grade. And Vietnam's moving up the list. Hey, India, we love you. Looks like you're doing better. You're moving up the list. You're much better to work with, India. Oh, China, you're not keeping up. So sad. Well, that's your business. We're not going to force you to do anything. China, you, do anything you want. But Vietnam's rating is going up, and China's rating is going up, and Honduras' rating is going up. Oh, too bad. Nobody wants to do business with you because your grade is too low. Now, the beauty of this is if you have an actual ranking, a grade, a website you can go to, a poll, something that's got substance, then you've got something that the president and politicians can refer to. And they can say, look, as long as China has an investment grade of F, and India has, I'm just hypothetically, I don't know if this is true, and India has an investment grade of, let's say, C minus, because they've got some corruption issues too. They got some things to work on. But where are you going to build your factory? In the F or the C minus? There's no question about it. You're always going to go for the C minus. It's way better than an F. So simply naming it, having a dependable, measurable grading system would be immensely powerful, especially if it put China in direct competition with India. So we should try to do more to make sure that India and China are competing.